Hi guys, hello, welcome once again to my channel. If you are new, I am Susanita AV. Today's video, you guys, we will be talking about the vagina. Yes, I know this is a very sensitive topic and it's a very delicate one. This is something that most ladies don't really like to talk about, but come on, today, in this day and age, we need to be open about certain things. We need to talk about certain things because sometimes some of us don't have that comfortability to talk about those things with our parents. So as girls, as women, we need to talk about those things. And yeah, well, today I just feel like I should talk to you guys about how to clean your vagina, like you saw from the title of this video before you clicked it. Thank you, welcome. Well, you guys, I want to share with you a couple of ways how to clean your vagina. One thing that I want to let you know is that every woman has a vagina odor. If any woman or any girl is telling you that I do not have a vagina odor, my vagina does not smell a certain type of way, it's a lie from the pit of hell. Because no vagina is odorless. Yes, no vagina is odorless. It doesn't have to be stinky, but we all have that special smell. This is something that we are born with, we are created with. So every woman has a vagina odor. It doesn't have to be stinky. I don't know, just get me straight. The moment you find out that your vagina has a stinky smell, then that is terrible. That calls for medical attention. But then our natural body, it's normal. It's normal. If you find that your vagina has a certain type of smell, there is no need for alarm, no cause for alarm. But when it becomes like very embarrassing, or maybe somebody tries to lay their head on your laps and then they begin to smell it, that is when you know that yeah, it's becoming too much. Naturally, we as women, we don't have to really perceive our vagina smell unless we take our panties off and bring it close to our nose. Yeah, that is when you like know that okay, this is my type of smell. One thing that you have to know is that you need to study your body. Like, you need to know yourself very well, know your body scent, know your body smell, know the type of odor that your own vagina produces, okay? So that when there is any changes, if there is any slight changes, maybe you notice any type of foul smell or any type of funny smell from a vagina, then you know that okay, I need medical attention. But so long you don't have any bad smell or whatsoever, like no foul smell, then feel free. That is your natural God-given vagina odor, which we must embrace. Yes, it's not bad, that's just it. So you guys, that brings me to my number one point: how to clean your vagina. I wrote them down so I don't forget or I don't talk too much. My number one point is this: check your vagina smell regularly. Make it a routine. Like, you guys, you know, one thing I do is, aside checking my vagina smell regularly, I also put a mirror down. Like, I put a mirror down my vagina, like down, and then I squat. I just scroll down and look at it, because you can't put your head down there to see. It's not possible. So the only way to see your vagina is to put a mirror down, squat, and look at it. If you can let your husband put his head in your vagina, I don't know why you can't also look at your vagina. Let me just tell you guys a funny joke. It's not funny to everybody, but it's funny to me. If you take my vagina right now, or you take my VV right now and put it somewhere and mix it with 20 or 50 other one, I can tell you that that's mine. Yes, because I look at it regularly. I use a mirror to look at it, so that should in case there is any rashes, should in case there is any blister, should in case there is anything, because if you don't look at, should in case when it's itching, like when it's itching, sometimes you want to look at it to know if there is blister, if there is rashes, or if there is anything, or maybe any excess bleeding, or maybe any discharge or whatsoever. And also you want to know the color of your discharge, okay? Sometimes we have regular discharge, like regularly and maybe monthly, but when you see that this discharge goes from on the 1st to on the 30th, because you are studying your body, you know that this is no longer normal. Or maybe it's been 3 months or 2 months, this discharge continue, you know that is not normal. But every month there are particular times that every woman will normally go through normal discharge. So when you study yourself, when you know your body very well, you'll be able to tell, okay, this one is a normal discharge, this is the normal color. And when you see something that is abnormal, you would definitely identify it. So take a mirror, put it down there, squat, look at your vagina, know how she looks, give her a name. Anyways, you guys, my point is, I said all that to say this: know yourself, check yourself regularly, so that when there is any slight changes, you can know that okay, this is time to see a doctor, this is time to see a gynecologist. All right. So number two, Wash your vagina with mild, unscented soap. And when I mean unscented soap, is soap without fragrance. Okay, and use plenty of water. Some people do not like to use mild soap or unscented soap. Some people prefer feminine wash or feminine spray. That I tried it didn't work for me, so I just like I prefer to use mild soap or unscented soap and a lot of water. You guys, you don't want to put soap inside your vagina. Don't do it. Don't. On no account should you put soap inside your vagina. All you want to do is wash the outer part of your vagina, like your clitoris, the outer part that you can touch. Wash it nicely with the unscented soap. Some people prefer to use a lot of water. They don't like to use feminine wash. They don't like to use unscented soap. So if you like to use a lot of water, cool. If you like to use unscented soap, cool. But then if you also like to use feminine wash, okay, it's your body and you know what works for you, so do that. But then all I'm trying to say is use plenty of water. When you wash your vagina, spend a little bit of time washing your vagina. Don't rush. Don't just do it like this and run out of the shower. No, take time to wash your vagina. Okay, take time to wash your vagina the same way you take time also to wash these two parts. Also take time to wash down there. Wash your sister, wash your VV nicely. All right, that being said, that brings me to my number 3 points. Wipe from front to back when using the toilet, so you don't spread bacteria from your anus to your vagina. I'm going to repeat that again. When you are using the toilet, make sure you wipe your vagina from front to back. Okay, like this is the front and this is the back. Don't pull like this to clean your vagina after using the toilet. Make sure you do from the front to the back, from the front to the back. Okay, you guys, this is something that it took me quite a long time to learn. Personally, when my mom would say do it like this, sometimes I would just go as a young child, like, and also as a teen, I would just go and then just do my thing. And a lot of time I suffered this vaginal VV infection. I suffered a lot of times. So but I slowly started to learn how to do it the right way, and the right way is from front to back, because when you wipe from back to front, you are taking bacteria from your anus to your vagina, which is detrimental to your vagina and to your entire health. Okay, because you don't want to catch any vagina or infection. You guys, it is so painful. It is so painful, though some of them are very easy to treat, but it's really painful. So learn. It takes time. It takes full concentration. Whenever you are going to use the toilet, get that at the back of your mind, that after doing everything, clean it from the front to the back. This also has to do with sexual activities. For those of us that are sexually active, married, or yeah, if you know that you are sexually active, please be careful. Talk to your partner about it. Do not play with your anus and then bring that to your vagina at the same time. Maybe you want to play with the anus and then you put your hand, or maybe you put your toy, or maybe you put your tongue. Whatsoever goes in the anus should not be brought back to the vagina. Anything that has gone in the anus should be washed like this. Just wash it before you bring it back to the vagina. Okay, so please talk to your partner about this. I know sometimes when you are doing the do, you are in cloud 11 and then you forget yourself. They just put everything there and bring it. Yeah, okay, all I'm trying to say is, when you are sexually active and then you're having sexual intercourse, make sure whatever goes in the anus, for those of us who like to experiment, whatever goes in the anus should not be brought back to the vagina. Wash it before you put it inside the vagina, be it penis, be it hand, be it toy, whatever, be it anything. So just make sure you wash it before you bring it back to the vagina. Okay, number 4, wear cotton underwear to enable your vagina to receive fresh air. Try to avoid how do you call it, nylon or synthetic underwear. Try to avoid it, especially panties. Just wear cotton underwear. Just okay, you guys, try to, so that at least the vagina can receive a little bit of fresh air, so that she can breathe. I call my vagina a she, yeah, so that she can breathe. Try to wear cotton underwear, avoid synthetic fabric. And also, when you go to bed at night, for those of us, not everybody can sleep naked. For those of us who can sleep naked, enjoy. If you can sleep without your pants, do it. Okay, let your vagina rest, let the girl enjoy some fresh hair. And yeah, so, and during the day, try to wear cotton underwear. And this is something that I know you guys might have heard it over and over again, but yeah, some people still prefer to wear nylon or synthetic. I also want to talk about something a little bit. If you know that you love nylon pants. Just make sure that there are times in the month that you also wear some cotton, okay, and during the time of your menstruation wear very comfortable unders. So that brings me to my number 5. It also has to do with when you're having your menstruation. When having your menstruation, try to change your pad or tampons as frequent as possible. So aside wearing pants that are very comfortable during your menstrual period, where your vagina can also breathe, where your vagina can receive fresh air, we should not only limit it to when we are having our menstruation. Yeah, when you are not having your menstruation, try to wear cotton pants. Make sure you allow your vagina to receive as much hair as possible. So now, when having your menstruation, make sure you change your pad as frequent as possible, as regular as possible. Whether you are using tampons, whether you are using pad, whether you are using cloth, anyone you're using, but make sure you change it as regular as possible. You don't want to use one pad from morning till evening. It doesn't matter if your bleeding is heavy or light. Either ways, make sure you change your pad as regular as possible. Try to do that. Don't use one pad, try to change it, okay? Don't wait until it starts itching, or don't wait until you are feeling very soaked before you go and change it. Just calculate a couple of hours, change it, get a fresh one, because we know that during that time of the month where we are having our menstruation, every woman has an extra smell, okay? And that is normal. You don't have to be shy about that. Don't be shy. It's normal, okay? It's very normal. And this is the time whereby this smell, when you don't change your pad regularly, you leave it, the smell begins to get worse. You don't want people to perceive that smell and then you pass and they'll be like, you don't want that. So try to change your pad as regular as possible during your menstrual period. Don't use one pad in a day. I don't know what kind of economize you want to economize. That is for me not being economical. That is being dirty, okay? So make sure you change your pad within a day. Try to change it, your tampon, your cloth, whatever you're using, be it a reusable pad, just make sure you change them to keep fresh, to be clean, and to smell fresh, okay? My number 6, you guys, I don't know if I should call this vagina steaming. This is something that I know some doctors will say is not good, it's not advisable, and it's not for everybody, you guys. What works for Mr. A might not work for you, but you can try. If it works for you, stick to it. If it doesn't, change. So I do this once every month, especially after my menstruation. I just do this. It gives me that fresh feeling, and I've been doing it for years, and there's been no complaint. Like, I've not gotten any type of infection from it whatsoever. So some people call it vagina steaming, but I just call it body fresh. That's how I call it. So what I do is, after my menstruation, I make sure I take warm water and I add just a little bit of salt in it, and then I sit inside of it. Yeah, some doctors will tell you that when you do that, you can, if there is any infection, you can spread it. I'm saying this again, I am not a gynecologist, I am not a doctor. This is something I'm doing and it's keeping me fresh. So what I do, what you can do is, at the end of your menstruation, just get a bowl of water, just a bowl of water, put a little bit of salt. Some people put vinegar, some people put alum, some people put some herbs, but I choose to stick with salt, just a little bit of salt, and I sit inside just to steam my vagina a little bit. I just sit in for 30 to 35 minutes whilst I read a book or I do something on Instagram. So just do that. I just sit in there for like 30 to 35 minutes, and it's been helping me over the years, you guys. Like, I keep that, I love to keep my VV fresh. Some people like to put their hand inside their vagina to clean it. Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but then before you put your hand inside your vagina to clean your vagina, maybe when you are sitting in the warm water, you want to put your hand inside to clean it. Make sure your fingers are clean. Make sure your fingernails are clean. Wash them properly before you put your hand in there to clean it, okay? Some people say it's not also advisable to put your hand in your vagina because one reason or the other, but I do that. Sorry girl, I do it, and yeah, it's been helping me. And I make sure my fingernails are clean, as in clean, before I put my hand in there, because you don't want to take, also our fingernails sometimes also keep bacteria, and you don't want to take bacteria from your nails and send them to your innocent VV. Don't do that. Keep your girl clean. And that brings me to my last point of today, you guys. I just want to tell you, this is just something that it's not for everybody as well. I'm talking to the married people and those people that are sexually active. This is just a way to like keep yourself from having any infection. After having sex, make sure you pee. This is just another way to avoid having infection. Okay, make sure you go and pee, because after sex there is a lot of germs in your urinary tract. So after having sex, make sure you go and pee. Don't, after enjoying the thing, don't just sleep off. You guys, don't just sleep off after enjoying the thing. Stand up and try to go and pee, so that by when you urinate, you can flush out some germs that are in your system. Okay, this is just an extra one for you guys. And I know when people hear infection, they go like, listen, you might not be sexually active, but you can also have an infection. Yes, you can catch an infection from using a public toilet. You can catch an infection from infections. We women, we catch them very, very easily, okay? Because our body, like our VV, is very, very sensitive. So we'll easily catch infections very, very easily. So you don't have to be sexually active to catch an infection. So some people get scared. Maybe they just hear infection and they're like, listen, it's not only people that are sexually active that catches infection. Even if you are not having sex, even if you are a virgin, you can still catch an infection. You can catch a urinary tract infection, UTI, or any type of infection. So okay, so just calm down. When you hear infection, don't be scared. Just open up and talk about it. Most of them are easily treatable, but there's some are really quite difficult. So all I'm trying to say is this is just an extra point for you guys. I think I'll just call just an extra point, and the bonus is this one right here. For those of us who uses public toilet, please make sure that when you are pressed, before you push everything down in the toilet, sometimes when you press everything down in the toilet will boom, push everything and splash every water that is in there back to you. So just to avoid that, just take a little bit of tissue. Just take a little bit of tissue and drop it inside. Just drop it nicely inside the toilet before you push everything, so that even when you push with power, some people have very, very heavy stuff. So when you push, it does not splash back to your body and you catch any type of infection. So this is just something I feel like I should share it with you guys, so that you know to avoid any type of toilet infection whatsoever. So that being said, you guys, I love you guys, and that brings us to the end of today's video. Please make sure you go check out another of my videos. There are so many videos. I have a lot of videos that you will definitely enjoy. So click, you guys. I love you guys. See you guys in my next video. Bye guys.